Beautiful unicorns, how are you doing today on this amazing Thursday? Yana Kasperczak coming into your live from Ontario, of Canada, as your spiritual awakening core energy coach. It has been my soul's purpose to help you, to help women in this group, in this community, to get their shit together so they can break free from the mental prison they find themselves in and live a life and build a life in the business that they're not only proud of, but excited to wake up to every single day. And I'm here for you. As one of the things I keep forgetting to mention as well, because my introduction I feel like is already long as is, and I'll figure out how to squeeze it in there. But it has been my life's calling to become a certified professional coach to help women navigate life, because that's something that I struggled on with my own life. And it came from, the best way to put it is, this was my basic need for survival, and from what felt like it was a basic need for survival came my coaching practice. And in the process of becoming the best version of myself every single day, which I continue to do every single day, because this journey does not stop. It just gets funner and funner and funner. It gets easier in some sense, but it gets challenging in other senses and in other ways, right? Because life always has its opportunities for us, and it's here to teach us what we need to learn. So today's topic that I have for all of you today is From Chaos to Calm: the Stoic Mom's Journey to Serenity. I have been diving into the Stoicism actually from the very beginning of my journey, and I didn't even know it. One of the most transformative programs that I had chosen to go through, that I've talked about many times and I will continue to talk about, and I had chosen to go through this program with a coach that would guide me through it. And the program is called The Law of Being. After having gone through the program of The Law of Being with my coach and continue to work with my coach even after the program was done, and then going through the coach training program that so Bruce Schneider created The Law of Being, and then he also created the coach training program, which is called IPEC. So going through that program and completing that program, The Law of Being, then the IPEC coach training, completing those, and then going on my own dive and healing and becoming a better version of myself and the best version of myself every single day, I have discovered not that long ago, but yet it feels like so long ago, 2 years ago, that they are rooted in Stoicism. So what Stoicism is it is a philosophy that is focused on cultivating inner strength, resilience, and wisdom in the face of life's challenges. That's what Stoicism is. And this is what most of us refer to as self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius was a great Stoic. Highly recommend looking him up and looking into his teachings. And there's quite a few of them. You simply just go to Google or go to YouTube, type in Stoicism or Stoic teachings, and you will come across numerous videos and teachers and experts as well. For me, The Law of Being, that is my teacher, that is my expert, that is my go-to program that I continue to actually revisit. I have it in my car playing and I listen to it quite often, and then I also take breaks from it, and then I listen to it again, especially when I was cutting my dog's hair, so the hair is all over my face. It's like tickling me and to my hands. That's one of the main reasons why I was late. I just got lost in the serenity of the moment with her. So for me, it has been the law of being, and like I started saying, that I find myself going through the program each and every time I take a group of women through the program, and I get to hear and experience it in a different way than I did the first time, or the second time, or the third time, or the fifth or the seventh time. That each and every time I experience it differently, because I'm a different person each and every time. And it brings me that much closer to self-mastery. Even though I go through the same program, it still is experienced differently. So the points that I want to focus on today to help each and every one of you, whether you're a mom or not, as a woman, you can become more stoic. And my goal here today will be to help you see how you are already a stoic woman, and perhaps how you can become even a better one, a better version of that stoic woman. And the way that I want to do it is just talk about characteristics. And that is what can help you to identify where you are and where you're trying to go, and see how you can go from chaos to calm, and to see your journey to your serenity. If you're watching on replay or listening to a podcast, I invite you to pause if you can and write down your clear definition of what serenity means to you. What calm means to you. What does it look like? What does it feel like? How, what's involved in it? Maybe what are you smelling? What does serenity smell like to you? Right? Maybe it smells like wet pine forest. Doesn't mean you have to go live in the forest, but it might mean that you can go and visit it and smell, or have that smell in your house. Get either a candle that smells like that, or go to the forest and take some of those pine leaves, as I call them, the pine needles, and put them in the bag and bring them home. And you can open the bag up and smell it in a container, and you can always smell it. So I have 8 characteristics here for you that I will share. There's more to it than that, but these are just the main basic characteristics that I can share with you. But before we go any further, let me open up my my video on my computer and see what comments might be on here. Rebecca says, good morning. I was looking for you in the group. Good morning as well, Rebecca. Glad you were looking for me in the group. I ended up going a little bit late because after coming back from a dog park. So that's one of the things I really enjoy doing. Not so much in the winter, but when the spring comes and I get back into the swing of things, going back to the dog park with my dog and going on a nice walk there and chatting with some people, learning from them, hearing from them, and having nice conversations, because people that I find there are actually really amazing to talk with. Dog people are awesome. Cat people usually are awesome, but sometimes it can be questionable, okay, depending on how many cats they have and for what purpose and for what reason. Anyways, so I've taken back. Her paws were, because she's an English Springer Spaniel. If you don't know what that is, Google. I don't have an enormous amount of pictures of her. I might share the video in the stories, but you Google and see what they look like. To summarize, they have feathers, as they're called, on their paws, front and back. So feathering, which is longer fur on the back of their legs, a little bit on their chest, going across all the way through to the back legs as well. They have that, and then their paws are very feathery. So between all the toes, there's like That's why I call it feathery, and they refer to it, by they is the experts, and the breed experts refer to it as feather. And between each toe there is like hair sticking out, and it's really fluffy paws, and I love it. I love those fluffy paws, and they're so beautiful. It reminds me of the Clydesdale horse, and other Google search you can do. Those are like really hard-working horses, and they can pull a lot of weight, and they're really thick and sturdy. They usually have shorter tails and fluffy hooves. So that's what she reminds me of, long story short, because she came home filthy, and I've been planning and getting around to trimming her. That today I decided today is the day. My morning call got moved to the afternoon call, so I decided I'm gonna take that time to focus on her, and at the same time this is for everybody else's well-being in the house, because less hair, a lot less dirt, and cleaner paws, because trimming in between the paw pads, and also as a Springer Spaniel, 2 of the paw pads, they're actually connected. It helps them to swim. Dog breed expert here. Ish. So they're called webbed paws. So the 2 pads are connected. Anyways, enough about dog breeds, right? Let's get into the characteristics of Stoic women and Stoicism. It's not just limited to women, but I talk from a woman's perspective and directly to women in the way that a woman would relate. So the first is emotional resilience. A Stoic woman remains calm and composed in the face of adversity. It does not mean that she is emotionless and that she doesn't feel triggered or she is cold. It means that she understands and she's emotionally intelligent to go through the waves, to know when to speak, when not to speak, to know when to respond and not react, to stay quiet when she needs to go within and process and understand what is happening, what is going on, to understand that right now she might be experiencing anxiety, and understand that that anxiety is a teacher, and take time to understand what that anxiety is teaching her. That is what emotional resilience and intelligence means, because those two will be together. Emotional resilience and intelligence, them two come together. That she goes through all of the emotions. She does not allow the emotion to take full control of her. She's still in control, but she feels all of those waves as deeply as she can and goes through them to come out on the other side and demonstrate emotional resilience and her inner strength and the ability to stay calm through the worst of the storms. It might appear so externally, but internally she will and might be going through a lot. And that she also knows is a gift that helps her to become stronger and a better mother and a better woman and a better wife and a better partner and a better friend. She knows that there is so much opportunity and value in all of the life's ups and downs for her, and as a result will be for others. So, and now you guys probably start to recognize this is how I myself have been expressing and guiding each and every one of you through getting your shit together, which really does stem from Stoicism. And it is one of the ancient practices for men and women. She does not allow external circumstances to dictate her inner state or overwhelm her with negative emotions. That if she feels overwhelmed or she is about to start feeling overwhelmed. She is emotionally intelligent enough to recognize that a storm is coming, or a storm is a brewing, and right now it's time to do a bit less, to put some things away, to do them later. And she also recognizes that there's going to be a time where all those things that were put away to do later, they pile up, and it might feel a certain way, but she trusts herself to get all those things done calmly and peacefully, one thing at a time, and not rushing the process, because life is not meant to be rushed, it is meant to be lived. So she does not rush the process, because the process is not meant to be rushed, it is meant to be experienced. The second characteristic is acceptance of what cannot be changed. You know this phrase. I know you know this phrase. It is what it is. But the energy behind it, that is where you can start to differentiate and identify the difference between a stoic woman and a woman who is just in her level 1 or level 2, who is on the healing journey, but hasn't really figured out the true meaning behind it is what it is. There is an energetic exchange where one has, a stoic woman would have full understanding and acceptance of it is what it is, and she says so from a place of calm and cool and collectedness, knowing that this is what it is, and I am completely okay and accepting of things being the way they are, because I know they're not going to stay this way, that things will work out in the way that they're meant to. Whereas others will say, oh, it is what it is, I guess nothing I can do about it, I can't change. They're very pessimistic. Pessimism versus optimism, right? The inner knowing of a stoic woman that it is what it is, and I'm happy and grateful for how things are right now, because I understand that they're meant to be that way, without negative judgment, just acceptance. And it just is. And that's level 5. So through the Law of Being program, those of you that are interested, reach out to me and I can help you answer any questions that you have. And if you're ready to sign up, then also reach out to me and I will help you sign up and get started on the program. Right now, I only go accept group coachings, and I do group coachings. The one-on-ones are reserved to less than a handful and selected handfuls. But the group coaching, I'm looking to get started on that group coaching. I'm still debating on where. It's going to be a matter of how many people. It's either going to be in June or in September. And most likely it will be in September of 2024, because the summer is reserved for me and my family. I like to keep summer open so we can enjoy, and I can go and do as many things as I can with my kids while they're still young or want to do things with me. So anyways, so through the Law of Being program, I also include Energy Leadership Index Assessment, which will help you to go right into understanding the 7 levels of energy on a very clear personal level, where you go and do the online assessment, and through that assessment you get a result and you see physically how through a graph how you are showing up energetically, and through a debrief as a group, I will help each and every individual understand what that means for you in your everyday life. and what that looks like, and then where you want to go from there. And then following that is the law of being that helps you to solidify all the things that come up for you through the ELI assessment that you might not even have been aware of. And that's one of the things that I have noticed, especially when I had gone through myself. There's some things like, yeah, I knew what I was going to get. I was getting myself into. I knew myself enough. And some things I was not surprised with, while others I was. Even those things that I was not surprised with, I still hoped they would be better, but they were what they were. And I was the other woman that was healing and not so accepting. Okay, so acceptance of what cannot be changed. Instead of dwelling on things beyond her control, a Stoic woman accepts the natural order of life and focuses her energy on what she can She embraces the concept of amor fati, or love of fate. She trusts the universe, recognizing that every event, whether perceived as positive or negative, contributes to her growth, contributes to her development. So that's, Rebecca says, so to remain level-headed throughout the emotions. Yes. But that does not mean that she's not going to have a moment of feeling defeat, feeling overwhelmed, or feeling a little confused or lost. It doesn't mean that. It means that she will feel that, but it will be just a moment, and the moment can be a short moment or a little bit of a longer moment, and then she got control of it, and that she does not take it out on anyone around her in any negative way, right? Nobody is paying for what she's going through, because she knows that this is meant to be for her. And however she is going to go into that experience to learn what she needs to learn from it. And again, it's not at an expense of anyone else. So the third characteristic of a Stoic woman is self-discipline. Now, some of you already know that one of my favorite reminders of what discipline is, and discipline is the ultimate act of self-love. So which means that a Stoic woman loves herself and is disciplined. She practices self-discipline in all aspects of her life. Initially, this is where moving into the healing mother, or healing woman. Initially, the woman will learn what discipline means to her and what that looks like to her, and she will start practicing discipline in one area of her life. Because practicing discipline in all the areas of her life, any one of us who has not been disciplined or understands what discipline is, or what it looks like and what it feels like to us, it feels completely impossible to apply that in every area of life. But by practicing discipline in one area of life, it ripples into all other areas of life. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you cannot, and this is also why you cannot be disciplined in one area of your life and undisciplined in all the other areas of your life. Because by practicing discipline in one area of your life, you will naturally start becoming more disciplined in all areas of your life. But if you focus on becoming disciplined in all areas of your life at once, it becomes overwhelming and it feels impossible, and therefore you won't even begin, you won't even start. And I see this all the time, and I live this myself as well. And that's why I'm able to see it, because I've experienced it myself, within myself, and learned through trial and error what discipline is to me, and how it appears and what it looks like and what it means, and reminding myself that it is the ultimate act of self-love, which means that I'm going to do things that I enjoy doing and I love doing and I love myself. So there, some of those things, a lot of those things will be also beneficial to me. And I focused on one area of my life and being disciplined with that one area of my life, and it rippled into all the other areas of my life. The easiest way for many moms to start this self-discipline is make your bed. If you don't make your bed every single day, start there. Make your bed every single day. Means that you're going to put all the sheets, all the blankets, fix it, fix the pillow, make sure it's good. If you have any decorative pillows, you're going to put them on there as well. You're going to make your bed nice. So that way when you walk into the room, that's the first thing you see that you can feel proud of. If you don't brush your teeth because life got busy and got challenging and you ended up putting yourself on the back burner, you start there. Find one thing that you will be disciplined enough to do for yourself every single day and do it. So mastering her desires and impulses to align with her higher principles and values, because she's disciplined in all areas of her life, right? Those of you who are already Stoic women, or consider yourself full Stoic or somewhere in between, and you're becoming the master of yourself, you're going to move, like I said, from becoming disciplined in one area of your life, and then ripples into all the areas of your life, and then you will find yourself mastering your desires and your impulses to align with your higher principles and your values. She exercises restraint in the pursuit of pleasure and remains committed to her long-term goals, even in the face of temptation or distraction. She knows what she wants. She knows who she is. She knows that she wants to live a long, healthy life and what that means. She says no to things that are pleasurable in the moment, that are fun and exciting in the moment, but 15 minutes from now, or tomorrow, or a week from now, or a month from now, they're not going to be beneficial for her future. So she learns what's important to her and what's not important to her. Chances are she will say no to a cookie or a piece of cake because she knows that 15 minutes or 20 minutes from now, she's going to feel like crap, and her body's a temple, and she only puts things that fuel her body and not drain her body. And she knows, because she has been eating healthy and has been eating well, that she does not want to feel like garbage because she has been feeling great and amazing and in self-discipline enough to continue living that way and not going back to those unhealthy ways, to, that carrot that is being dangled in front of her. And it's not, initially it is hard for her. Of course it is, for all of us. But once she has mastered herself, it is no longer even a matter of choice. She just, no thank you. Even if it's a birthday, no thank you. Okay. Number 4, another characteristic is clarity of thought. Clear and rational thinking is a hallmark of a Stoic woman. She approaches life with a logical mindset, free from the distortions of irrational fears and desires. So that would also mean that momentarily she might feel out of sorts, she might feel irrational, she would recognize that there's a fear within her, but she would take a moment to ground herself and tap into the rational, logical thinking, reminding her that she's not going to die, that it is just her going live on Facebook or whatever platform of choice that she's going live on, and she's not going to die, even though her irrational mind telling her, that's it, this is the end, this is how I go, because the body starts to go through all of the things that it would go through to try to keep her safe from clicking that live button. I have been there, I have done that, and I used to be so petrified of going live, and now is one of the things that I love doing. And that's why I go live 3 times a week on my own, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, twice in this group, Heal the Unicorn, Emotional Healing and Spiritual Growth for Women. Mondays and Thursday I go live in the group, and then Tuesday at 11:30-ish I go live on my personal page, just to kind of share the live videos that I do outside of just the group. Okay, so by cultivating a calm and focused mind, she's better equipped to make sound decisions and navigate life's complexities with wisdom, because she knows that when she is in this fight or flight state where fear has taken over her body, she knows what she needs to do to calm the storm within, to calm that chaos, because she knows that she's not going to be thinking clearly, she's not going to be seeing clearly, she won't be able to focus until she is calm, and then she can see clearly, she can think clearly, and she can make rational, logical decisions that are for the betterment of everyone else and not just herself, because she doesn't see life as in a selfish way. She sees and understands life that I take care of myself first and then everyone else. And I'll give you this another example. Let me see. Yeah, so this is going to be a perfect time to give you this example, where the people that she surrounds herself with and spends her time with and shares her energy, she understands that everything has an energetic exchange about her, and with everything that's in her life, people and objects, and the things that are on her to-do list. And her to-do list is a never-ending one, just like yours, but she's able to navigate it with calm and peace. Even when she's not, she knows what to do to get herself there. So I want you to think of this energetic exchange as if you are in a desert and you have a limited amount of water in a desert. A Stoic woman knows who to give water to and who not to give water to without feeling bad, but knowing that those that she does not give water to will find water on their own. But the people that she gives water to are the people that will plant seeds in her desert and tend to them, so that way her desert becomes a jungle and does not stay a desert. Which means that she will be selective of people who she surrounds herself with that are gaining, that add value to her life, but don't drain, that don't just take the water and then off they go. She gives water to those who will drink the water and then plant a seed. So share something with her in one way or another, in one shape or form, and plant the seed in her desert that then gets watered and grows. Okay? Let me know how that made sense to you, and if it made any sense to you as well. And then Rebecca says, girl, I don't even have a bed cover. Start there. Maybe getting a bed cover. It's nice to have a bed cover. Makes it feel like the queen's bed that it was meant to be. Make your bed your sanctuary, where you feel comfortable and you feel safe and you love getting in bed. Only pillows and blankets. It also depends on the stage of life that you're in right now, because I know you have a little one, and maybe that's why there's more blankets. But one blanket, usually in the bed, there's one blanket, there's one pillow per person that's sleeping in the bed, and you share a blanket. And there's something about sharing a blanket with your partner versus having separate blankets. You already have separate pillows, separate blankets. It creates a little bit more of that separation as well. But everybody has a different lifestyle, so figuring out what works for you and what doesn't. Even if you're making the bed with all of these blankets that you have, you're still making the bed. Right? Just because I, for example, have one blanket with an undersheet under the blanket to keep the blanket clean from us, right? Because you have the fitted bed sheet and then you have your loose sheet. Just because I have that does not mean you have to, right? Everybody has a different lifestyle, and figure out what making a bed looks like to you. If it's with all the blankets, then you make it with all the blankets. With all the pillows, then you make it with all the pillows. We don't have any decorative pillows. We just have our pillows that we sleep on, and we have our body pillows that I put on top as, quote unquote, decorative pillows. We're using the decorative pillows elsewhere. Just on the couch in the living room to get comfy and cozy with. And then Rebecca says, maybe I should buy one. If it's calling you, then by all means, go ahead and buy one. And if not, then, like I said, you get to choose how to take care of your house, how to decorate your house, how to make the bed, how not to make the bed. And then Rebecca says, my daughter is a Stoic woman. It takes a Stoic mother to raise a Stoic daughter. Think of that one for a bit. Is this the group or your personal page? This one is in the group. Yeah, it's in the group. So Thursday, I do the Get Your Shit Together in the group. Tuesday is the only time I go live on my personal page, which is story time with Yana Kasperczak, which is myself. And I share a story or two, or many in between. Rebecca says, so a Stoic woman makes decisions for the greater good? Yes. For the greater good, because she wants to leave the world a better place than she came into. Yes, she will put herself first because she knows that in order to take care of everyone else, she needs to be taken care of and her needs need to be met. She knows that she will be able to give more and help more when her cup is full, when she feels great, when she feels amazing, and she's taken care of, whatever that entails. It's not the same for everyone. And then she will give from the overflow. She knows that there's going to be days when she's in the desert and she does not have much water to give to anyone. So what she will do is she will not give water to anyone. But she will do what she needs to do to make sure that that water is refilled. So tomorrow she can give to everyone. Just the understanding of balance. That not every day she's going to feel amazing and great. That there's going to be days where she's going to feel lower energy. And she might take the time to identify why that might be. To learn what did she do yesterday or a day before that led up until to this point. It simply could be energetic, right? Or seasonal as well. And just simply taking the time to understand why. And refill her cup. So that way she's full. She's recharged, right? Like your phone. Your phone, if you pay attention, you will see that the battery drains. and your phone needs to be recharged. You can't expect your phone to run on empty battery in the same way it would on a full battery. Some apps will be slowed down or shut down. The screen will be dimmed. The same thing within a Stoic woman, she would understand, and she understands, that she needs her batteries recharged. Going to sleep at night, that might be how she recharges her batteries, and sometimes it needs to be recharged a little bit more because the phone didn't fully charge at night. You know, something just wasn't fully plugged in. I'm sure we all have done that. Where you plug in the phone and the morning you wake up and you're like, why is my phone not charged? It was supposed to be charged. I plugged it all in, and you realize that it wasn't fully plugged in. Same thing can happen with all of us, where, why am I not fully recharged? I went to sleep. I'm supposed to feel great, but what happened? Review and see what happened. Perhaps the bedtime routine needs to be changed or tweaked a little bit, or the way maybe you did way too much that day because you felt so full of energy, and of course tomorrow comes and you need to, this is what life does, it will help you to rebalance, so that way you did a lot yesterday, today your body, your mind, and your soul will cause you to feel less energetic, so you will be in a way forced to take it easy. So, and a Stoic woman knows and understands that there's balance to everything. And you can't keep going and going and going and doing the same things over and over again and expect the same result. That some days you're going to have a lot more energy, others you won't. Some days you'll do a lot, other days you won't. And not to force herself to a breaking point, but to recognize, and she has that emotional intelligence to recognize that we're heading for disaster here. Rein it in, okay? Calm yourself down, do a little bit less. It'll still be there. You don't need to stress, you don't need to worry, especially for moms. This pressure of having a perfect house, and that perfect house is in our minds when you open the magazine, or you're watching some, DIY shows and everything, or some movies or shows where the house is in perfect order, everything is clean and tidy, organized. We have this vision in our minds that we're failures and we're not good moms if our house is chaos. But hey, do you not live in that house? Do you not use those things? When people come over, usually I do clean and tidy up. But once in a while, if life feels, or I feel just like I was saying, where I'm lower energy and I couldn't be bothered, I don't need to make sure that everything is clean and spotless before someone comes over. They come over and I say, welcome to our house. We actually live here. All right? That's it. Like, we actually live here. We use our cutlery. We use our utensils, we use our dishes, we use the pots, we use all these things that you see around, and I just didn't get around to cleaning them because we actually use them. And I put myself first and my needs, and if I need time to recharge, if I choose to go for a hike with my dog to a park, that will be a lot more memorable than me spending time washing dishes in the kitchen, watching some Netflix show, or listening to something. That will be a lot more memorable. And at the end of my life, I will regret not going for those hikes with a dog who has a short lifespan versus dishes that can be replaced, that really serve a purpose of me eating, and that's it. And I don't even need dishes to eat. I can just eat right straight out of the pot. I'm sure you've done that too, right? Those of you busy moms, life gets busy, and that's okay. You can eat out of the pot as well. Been there, done that. But do recommend prioritizing yourself and sitting down to eat dinner with everyone as a family, or lunch or breakfast. At least one meal to eat as a family is great, so you can gather around the round table, so to speak. Okay, so we talked about number 4, clarity of thought. Number 5, gratitude and contentment. Despite life's challenges, a Stoic woman maintains a sense of gratitude for the blessings she has and finds contentment in the present moment. She's not trying to rush the process. She's not trying to run to the end of the journey. She's not trying to get to the end of her life. She recognizes the power of gratitude and being present in the moment and appreciating the life and the journey of minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, week by week, that she will get to where she's meant to get to, because she trusts the process and she has learned to appreciate it and be content in the present moment. Yes, she will still experience emotional turmoil. Yes, she will still be triggered. Yes, her buttons will still be pushed. Yes, she can still get irritated and angry because she's a human being. She has access to all of the feelings and emotions that we all have. She just has better control of them. Rarely might she lose control of them. A true Stoic woman won't lose control. Or at least she won't show you. You won't see that she has lost control. But within herself, she will recognize that she has lost control. She won't judge it in a negative way. But she will take the time to be grateful for all of that. Even if she feels bad, even if she feels the storm within herself, she will feel and experience gratitude, knowing that this is once in a lifetime experience and opportunity for her to experience life to its fullest. And judging any experience in a negative way, especially, is just taking the joy and the happiness and the experience out of the life experience. So she does not succumb to the pursuit of material possessions or external validation, but instead derives fulfillment from within. She stops caring. She doesn't fully care. And that's why the desert analogy that I shared with you can be applied here as well. She knows and understands that she does not need to give everyone water and take care of everyone and help everyone, because the previous version of herself might have done that and has learned that that wasn't her way of seeking external validation and acceptance and love from everyone. But a Stoic woman knows and understands that she doesn't need anyone or everyone, that there's a select few that she's happy of having in her life. And she does not rely on any external validation, because she gets that from within, from herself, through all of the life's ups and downs and challenges. And she doesn't succumb to the pursuit of all of the acquiring of materialistic things. That does not mean that she doesn't have anything. It just means that she doesn't have that emotional attachment, or the attachment to have all of these materialistic possessions and things in her house. She knows that that's not where happiness comes from. That's not where the fulfillment comes from. It's not from the external, it's from internal. So that was number 5 that we talked about. Let me see. Rebecca says, my grandmother was a Stoic woman. That means if your grandmother was a Stoic woman, that is in the family. That is you. That is your daughter. Part of that might have transferred to your mother as well. And it continues to pass. Like none of us are born stoic. None of us are born having our shit together. It's a process. It's a lifelong process. It's a journey to get to become a stoic woman. No one is born that way. We all have different opportunities that bring us to that part of our life, to that way of being. And it's not just given to us. Number 6, courage in adversity. In times of hardship, a stoic woman demonstrates courage and resilience, facing challenges with determination and fortitude. She embraces discomfort as an opportunity for growth and transformation, refusing to be daunted by obstacles or setbacks. I talked about this one quite a bit already, but to sum it up, just because things get hard, and let's say when it comes to, I'll use an example of the women that I work with. They're building a business online. They're entrepreneurs. It gets challenging. It's meant to. And if it wasn't challenging, everybody would be doing it. So it's not easy. It's challenging. There's ups and downs. There's a lot of things that she needs to overcome. But she is determined to succeed. And she does not refuse to back down. She does not accept failure as defeat because she knows she cannot be defeated. Yes, she'll have moments of feeling defeat because it's important to feel and understand what defeat feels like, to know that that's not what I want, that's not who I am, to then get herself back up, dust herself off, and keep going. And keep showing up because she is disciplined enough and loves herself enough to keep doing that, to keep doing what she knows she's meant to do, what she loves doing, what she enjoys doing, because it makes her heart sing. Others might benefit, and often do. And you know when you're in the presence of a stoic woman. You know. And that's why, Rebecca, you say your grandmother is and your daughter is. Because you know when you're in their presence. You feel that. They are confident. They're not arrogant and they're not cold, but they're confident. They will say no with confidence and they will say yes with confidence. It is who they are. Number 7, empathy and compassion. While Stoicism emphasizes individual strength and self-mastery, a Stoic woman also recognizes the importance of empathy and compassion towards others. She's not going to kick anyone down while they're already down. She's going to help them get back up, make them feel better and good, and then she can help them through what they were going through. She's not going to shame them for it. She's not going to embarrass them for it. She will be compassionate. She will be understanding. And not say what, she needs to say or must say when the person is already down. She understands that they're on their own journey, that they will learn what they need to. And she can express herself in a healthy way when the time comes. If the time comes. And if it doesn't, that's okay. They are on their own journey. And her job is to be compassionate and empathetic. And not take anything personally, because she knows it's not about her, it's about them. Those that are building their business online, one of the things that they come to me with is the comments and the things that people say to them about them online. And what they start to recognize, and this is where the Stoic woman comes through, is that it's not about them. It's about the emotional turmoil that that person is going through, that that person is dealing with. And something in you might trigger them, but it's not about you, it's about them. She extends kindness and support to those in need, understanding that we are all interconnected and share in the human experience, that we are one, and that she's not going to feel better by keeping someone else down. She's actually going to feel better by bringing someone up from the lows or when they're low. Number 8, focus on virtue. Above all, a Stoic woman prioritizes the cultivation of virtue, striving to embody qualities such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance in her thoughts, her words, her feelings, emotions, and most importantly, her actions. And in some cases, lack of action. Just because you think of saying something to someone does not mean you need to say it. Sometimes no action is the best action that a Stoic woman can take. She sees virtue as the highest good and the foundation of fulfilling a meaningful life. By embodying these characteristics, a Stoic woman or a mother cultivates a sense of inner peace, resilience, and purpose, which enables her to navigate life's challenges with grace and dignity. It's something she can be proud of. Showing up in this way and living life in this way is how she will build a business and a life that she is proud of and happy and excited to wake up to every single day. And even though the law of being sounds like it is to help you personally to know who you are and who you want to be, it is actually one of the most important programs that I myself have gone through, and women that are building their business go through to help them build their own brand authentically and openly and unapologetically. So Rebecca says, maybe I am a Stoic woman after all. I know you are. I would say at this point, I know you well enough to say that you are a Stoic woman. Healing and becoming a much more healed and stronger Stoic woman every single day. As all of us are. I believe everyone in this group is a Stoic woman or is on the journey of becoming a true, pure Stoic woman. That she is practically unshakable and trusts herself fully, without double guessing or questioning herself more than necessary, which is for a few seconds or minutes, and then afterwards she's good, she's golden. So that is all that I have for you all today. Thank you very much for being on here with me, especially you, Rebecca, for being live with me and contributing to the conversation and sharing yourself in this process. Other than that, I would love to hear what was your biggest takeaway from today's conversation of From Chaos to Calm, this Stoic mom's journey to serenity. I'm looking forward to hearing from each and every one of you, and those of you who are silent watchers, just say hey, how you're doing, and until we see each other next time, Monday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time for a card reading in this group, or next Thursday, 11:30-ish a.m. Eastern Time in this group once again for Get Your Shit Together, weekly live guidance with myself, Yana Kasperczak. And until next time we see each other, have an amazing the rest of your day and the weekend, since we're not going to see each other live. And until next time, bye.